The musical Wicked is finally upon us. Is this a movie deserving of its hype, or does it fail to live up to its expectations? Hey everybody, my name is Justin. All I do is watch movies and shows on streaming services and in theaters. Misunderstood because of her green skin, a young woman named Elphaba forges an unlikely but profound friendship with Glinda, a student with an unflinching desire for popularity. Following an encounter with the Wizard of Oz, the relationship soon reaches a crossroad as their lives begin to take different paths. Wicked is based on a Broadway musical, which is based on a book. I have not read the book. I have not seen the Broadway musical, but I like musicals. And I really like The Wizard of Oz. It's one of my favorite films of all time. I've always been curious to know more about the Wicked story. I've read the synopsis and the characters, and I understood a little bit about what's going on going into this movie. But I was really excited because I like Jon Chu as a director, and like I said, I like musicals, and I wanted to see more of the world within The Wizard of Oz. This movie did not disappoint. I really like this. It was a really well put together musical with a lot of attention to detail and some great performances along the way. This is a part one. And somehow this part one is longer than the actual musical. So you have more added to this storyline, and you're gonna get your part two next year, which is going to flesh out more storylines. But for right now, this part one, it does feel like that setup. It does feel like the setup leading into where we know the Wicked Witch of the West with Dorothy's storyline and Glinda and the Wizard of Oz. Everything in this film is just kind of leading up to that. Looking at the turn of the Wicked Witch of the West, Elphaba, and her becoming really angry at things within this part one, but it does a great job of establishing all of that. This is a world that you just feel it's lived in. You're transported to this magical world within Shiz University. That's where Glinda meets Elphaba. And with Jon Chu's direction, you get the sense of this magical feeling when you're watching this movie. If it's the musical numbers or exploring the university or going to the Emerald City, everything that Jon Chu is able to accomplish within this film is very magical. The CGI, the look of it, it's very beautiful. I love the contrast of colors. The green and pink, they really do match within here. Elphaba green and Glinda always dressed in pink. And Jon Chu's able to use those colors to his advantage to create these bright and poppy musical numbers. And the direction for them is really outstanding. You have a lot of things moving throughout these musical numbers. If it's people dancing in the background or the camera moving around, there's always something going on. It's really impressive, and you're catching things throughout the musical number that you see people dancing in the background, but things are moving over here. It's really cool to see how he's able to bring these musical numbers to life within this movie. Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande are fabulous in here. I didn't think at the beginning of the year that I would say Ariana Grande is worthy of a Best Supporting Actress nomination at the Oscars, but here we are. She is fabulous within this movie. She's quirky, she's fun, she's very confident, she is all about herself. Very different from Cynthia Erivo's portrayal of Elphaba, but I like that she's able to kind of bring a lighthearted tone to this movie. And Cynthia Erivo as Elphaba, there's that sense of anger within her that's boiling up throughout this movie. She's misunderstood. She's somebody that doesn't want to befriend many people. She wants to keep to herself, but there's the people that are at Shiz University, they make fun of her quite often. So you have this theme of popularity and believing in yourself, but also how she is treated that is adding to her anger within this movie. But Cynthia Erivo is great in here, really giving that dramatic performance within this movie. But both Erivo and Grande have really great chemistry, but they bring out the best scenes with each other within this film. The musical numbers are very catchy. I've heard a lot of these songs before. Popular, Defying Gravity. they are showstoppers in here. They get you moving. They are upbeat, very dramatic songs as well. And I was really looking forward to seeing how they were going to be played out throughout this movie. But one standout for me is Jonathan Bailey as Fiyero. I love his confidence. He's cocky, but somehow charming as well. I can see where they're going to go in Wicked Part 2 in regards to his storyline, but his screen presence was very demanding, and I absolutely loved him within here. I also liked Jeff Goldblum as the wizard, and Michelle Yeoh is great in here as well. The supporting cast is really great in here, but it's really centered around Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande and their chemistry and their storyline that develops throughout. I'm not someone that's so interested in taking some classic films and remaking them. Now, I know that Wicked Part 2 does have some moments with Dorothy and kind of meeting the Wicked timeline with the Wizard of Oz film. If Jon Chu ever wanted to remake the Wizard of Oz film, just the Wizard of Oz film with Dorothy and the Tin Man and Scarecrow and Cowardly Lion, I would be on board, because the opening for this with Munchkin Land and after the Wicked Witch of the West had died, seeing how he was able to kind of incorporate a little bit of Wizard of Oz made me want to see a remake from him, because it looked really good. The visuals were great. I like what they did with the story. Real quick, if you're interested in seeing Wicked, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. And if you have seen the film, comment down below with your thoughts. Did it meet your expectations? Are you looking forward to a part 2? If you'd like to see more exclusive content from me, consider joining my channel as a member. And there you can unlock exclusive ranking videos and movie reviews as well. I really did like Wicked. I thought the visuals are great. The performances are strong. Had a nice build up for a second part. But when you look at what is transforming Elphaba into the Wicked Witch of the West, and a lot of the anger that builds up with her, half of it is earned. When you look at how people are laughing at her, not taking her seriously, often commenting on her skin color being green, that frustrates her. And that provides a lot of emotion, a lot of dramatic scenes within it. But there's that storyline that she wants to protect animals. I felt like that wasn't the strongest aspect to the film. And when you see how it's kind of translating to the Wizard of Oz, I see some similarities to it, but I thought it was a really weak part of the film. Now, I know that there's a second part. They could probably flesh it out a little bit more, but right now, when you see her trying to convince people with how the animals are treated, I didn't think that it was a storyline that had that chance to fully breathe, despite it being 2 hours and 40 minutes long. I didn't feel like it was a strong part of the film. And when they often discussed it, I didn't see the urgency within all of that. Just a nitpick for me, but I think that they could really hone in on that on the second part. But I thought Wicked was really great. I thought the visuals were stunning. I like the connection between this and the Wizard of Oz. Ariana Grande, Cynthia Erivo, fabulous within here. There's a lot of great showstoppers in here. Jon Chu's direction with everything is on point. It's dazzling throughout. It's a great time at the movie theater. I just thought that some of the storylines for Elphaba felt too quick, and they were trying to tackle on why she's so angry and that transformation to the Wicked Witch of the West. Part of it's earned, but I think part of it could be a little more developed. It's probably what we're going to get with the second part, but I still thought it was a great film. I'm going to go ahead and give Wicked Part 1 a B. Thank you guys for checking my review for Wicked. Have you guys seen the new film from Jon Chu? What do you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more up and coming content like this. My name is Just Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.